Hello, Mom and Dad Me World. So I want to first and foremost thank Christopher Frost and his YouTube channel for informing us that their Canon M series line has officially been discontinued. So this is going to be a little bit of my review and my experience with the Canon M200 and just the Canon M series line of cameras in general, because I have used a couple different Canon M line of cameras, but this is a little bit of a review and a goodbye to the Canon M series line. So with my particular experience, I am using the Canon M200 that I am recording on as of right now, or at least I hope I'm recording on, which I see I am. And I'm recording this in 1080p because it does record in 4K, but it does not have dual pixel autofocus in 4K and only 1080p, which is why I'm recording in 1080p. The camera was originally used as a street camera. It was intended for a webcam like I'm using it now. So as a street photography camera, it was a very nice camera, 24 megapixel photos, and that is primarily what I used it for, just something that was a little bit more of an upgrade over an iPhone, but it indeed was very nice as a street camera. I had originally picked this up at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic for around $250. That did come with the EFS to EFM adapter, along with the Canon 18-55 factory kit lens. I did eventually swap out that kit lens for the Canon EFM 22mm f2 lens, which I am using and recording right now. As far as a Canon EFS EF to EFM mount adapter, it does open up a world of possibilities because it allows you to use all of Canon's EF and EFS line of lenses, which is a lot on this M mount. So don't think that you are just closed off to all of the M mount, which I don't believe are a whole lot, but you can use all of Canon's EF and EFS mount lenses along with third-party lenses like this particular Tamron that I have right here. This is the 28 to 105 millimeter Tamron f4 to 5.6. So this lens does take nice images as long as you've got good adequate light. The thing with these lenses and all of the lenses that pretty much you adapt onto here, unless it's a EFS mount native, you have to multiply them by 1.6. So if you're putting a full frame lens onto your EFS to EFM adapter, just multiply that by 1.6 to get your true range or your true millimeter focal length. So my experience using this Canon M200 as a webcam has been primarily a good one. Right now it's tracking my face and my eye, and I have used the Canon M50 and M50 Mark II, very similar cameras. I think of this M200 as like an M50 or an M50 Mark II, but without a viewfinder, the electronic viewfinder, and with a flip up screen versus a flip out screen like the M50. But unlike the M50, this camera can actually have and can actually do clean HDMI out, so it makes it for a very good streaming and webcam, so you're not seeing the display information. So if you've got your capture card, which is what I'm using, you will have a nice clean image without all of the information displayed. The only thing it does not have a microphone input, so I'm using an audio interface hooked up to a Shure microphone. That is what I'm using for my audio, so just keep that in mind. The camera screen does go off in about 30 minutes, and the only time it ever comes back on is to give me a heat warning or an overheat warning, so the camera body does get warm. I've actually never gotten the camera to turn off, not personally, and I've used this for long Zoom sessions that lasted 2-3 hours, and it has never turned off. The heat indicator does come on there to tell me, hey, the camera is going to overheat, but I've even left this camera on overnight accidentally for 8+ hours, and again, has never actually shut off. And the other thing too, in case you're wondering how long it stays on this long, I have got a dummy battery that I just picked up off of Amazon, and that's what I'm using for the constant power. It's been a pretty darn good webcam, fits those needs just about perfectly, and overall the Canon M series line of cameras has been pretty phenomenal. I just think it was kind of a failure to launch, and Canon is now moving on to their RFS line, or their RF line of cameras, which is a good thing. So if you've got a Canon RFS camera, you can use all of your full frame RF mount lens on that camera. Again, it just crops it down to a smaller size, crops it down by approximately 1.6 times, so just keep that in mind because these are APS-C crop bodies. Again, goodbye to the Canon M series line. That is Canon's M series line of cameras. That is their APS-C crop sensor bodies and crop sensor lenses. You will be missed having the RF and RFS line take over. So in a way, that's not a bad thing, but this was a nice, great little camera setup to take around with you. Portable, pocketable, and nice image quality for this particular line of cameras. Hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully it was somewhat entertaining and informative. If it was, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out our channel. And until next time, thanks for watching.